Hey friends, I'm back for the math lesson. I already got the science up somewhere, posted somewhere. It's on the Facebook page. I'm gonna try and put it on the Davis Kindergarten YouTube page. We got a YouTube page that you can subscribe to, and we're putting everybody, all the kindergarten teachers, putting their lessons on there and reading books, and you can go you can get taught from all five teachers. Look at the different lessons that everybody has. So for math. We have been talking about a measurement already. That's what they started with this week, and we've already been doing length. And so I wanted you to go and try and look on YouTube for the story, How Big is a Foot? About how we have to make a standard. My kids have already seen that, but go ahead and watch it again. Think about it again. And then you're supposed to measure your foot. I sent you a picture of the chart. Now, if you don't have a printer, you can always draw that chart. Uh, if you don't want to draw the chart exactly like that, Makund sent me a picture of his lesson that he did, and they just traced his foot on a piece of paper, and then they just did two of them, and he did beans up the middle of one foot and pasta up the middle of the other foot. Uh, I kind of would like for you to trace their foot on something and then cut it out so they get a little bit extra scissor work. And so you can trace a magazine page or something, and or if you got construction paper, and then glue it in between the two lines, or you can do it 2 feet and you can do them up the middle of the foot. Either way, uh, you just got to get yourself a standard for your non-standard measurement, because you have to decide if the beans are all going to be to the horizontal or if they're going to be vertical. And same thing with the pasta, horizontal or vertical, so that you get an accurate measurement. And then that other five fine things five fine things. That was not right. Find five things to measure. Oh, I need some sleep, y'all. This technology is driving me crazy. And you just fill out that chart. It doesn't have to be exactly like that, but you find the thing that you're going to measure. You're going to tell what you measure it with. You can measure with anything like pennies or paper clips or beans or pasta or crayons or whatever you want to measure it with. So you tell what you're going to measure it with, and then you have to make a prediction about how many of those pieces it's going to take. And then you go ahead and you measure it, but you make the predictions first before you measure it. And if they're not the same, that's okay. That's what we're just practicing, what they're calling non-standard measurement. So do the foot and do the five things. And like I said, go around and try and find 10 things that you can line up with something from greatest to least, and use that vocabulary. This one's bigger, that one's smaller, this one's greater, this one's less. Um, you can what was the other thing I was talking about? Oh, measuring stick. Find a measuring stick. Doesn't have to be, a ruler. It can be any kind of measuring stick. And then go around and look for things that are shorter than your measuring stick and talk about it, and things that are longer than your measuring stick and talk about it, and use that vocabulary, longer and shorter. You can always go for a 3D shape hunt in your house or when you're on a walk. Have your kids do that. Or 2D shape hunt. That's a little bit harder to find whenever you're out. It's easier to look for 3Ds. Um, you can always, like once a week, you should probably do one of those story problems. I can probably show you how to do that in one of these lessons. Um, Makun sent me pictures of his foot measure, and his little sister had done it also. So she measured her feet. And I suggested that mom and dad trace their feet and they measure their feet, and then they compared them all to see how many beans shorter, how many beans longer, and how many pieces of macaroni longer. So that was kind of interesting. So the challenge is on for them. And his little sister's wanting to trace her hand and measure her hand. You could do that too. That's what we're doing, is we're practicing measuring. We're just practicing. So get a little practice in on that. And if you have any questions, call me. That's all I can say, or dojo me. Call me or dojo me. Okay. All right. That's all I got for you today. Count to 100. Do the shape song. What else? Count back from 20. Count by twos, fives, and tens. 2, 4, 6, 8. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. You guys know what to do. Okay. Good night.